was watching some stuff. Like I used to watch my grandmother, right? And there's many stories, not like doesn't have to be stories, right? Welcome if you are new here. My name is Dia. This is Divinity Within Divine. I'm a psychic medium channeler of sorts. I can do lots of types of things, but I sit with the angels and the ancestors and deities quite a lot, and it's really amazing. I'm super grateful for it. So first, I guess we'll do it. We'll do the blessing. So the universe works with the agriculture ancestors, ancient deities, the masters, elementals, animals, archangels, masters. So I'm gonna call in a leader, Archangel Michael, Mary Magdalene, uh, Galactic Federation of Love Light, all of the high vibrational frequency beings that are really here. All of the high vibrational beings that are here to assist us collectively to the highest vibrational possible outcome and timeline for all involved. We thank you for your blessings, for your presence, for your protection, for your clear and concise messages, and clarity that you help bring to the collective. So we ask that any monitoring spirits, handlers, groomers, any ill will and teams, bad entities, anything like that, that anything that they have that is super dark or negative, destruction, anything else crazy like that, we ask that you return that to sender. We don't need that energy. And we ask that anytime they speak our names, that our names or intentions or energies are focused towards me or my collective, on me or my collective, we ask that you transmute that energy back to us in the form of health, wealth, abundance, and love, and gold. Every deck I keep forward is just like so fun. Wow. Letters. So I promised you guys a love read. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me check what's going on. Hey, days. They don't want the story. Why does it sound like that? Okay, hold on. That's really, really strange. I don't know why. Hold on. Let me see if I can. I don't know why it's doing that. One moment, please. Thank you for your patience. Can you hear me, meow? Can you hear me now? Yes, you can. Okay. So I got to tune in. I've been doing a lot of I do a lot of like tune in all day long. So um I don't do personal readings unless you pay. So um so anyways, um
I figured out today actually that this asshole next door is hacking N, right? They got in trouble, so I got a little download and I guess I gotta share it. Okay. So something about the identity theft, okay, that's going on between the collective somehow. This is prevalent information. Something about the identity theft is basically like these people that they're restructuring what, for instance, gang stalking is because people can do it online, right? Cyberbullying. They're restructuring what identity theft is because, for instance, people are stealing your image and reproducing it via AI, or they're hacking into or cloning your phone. So now that's another charge that goes on them, which is considered identity theft. So, for instance, this asshole hacking into the frame and here so they can disrupt my feed, and so they're running it and reprinting it, like putting different people using different voice, whatever the fuck they're doing, right? That's now identity theft, deprivation of care. It's a lot of things. So anyways, um if you guys were looking for the reason for this guy that's been fucking stalking me since Uluwatu and all around the goddamn fucking island, now you know why he's here. So can you come and arrest him? That would be great. Thanks. So mote it be. So anyways, um thank you, Fatima, for always, like, it's so important for people to uh you know, it's so important for you guys to help me out here so I know, because that's why I try to keep different devices, and they want me to run through the Bluetooth. That's why they're staticking this, because they tap in through some other shit via the Bluetooth. So when I use the Bluetooth headphones to use as the speaker, they're tapping into something else as well. So that's why I attempt not to do it. And why there's any issue is, again, it's like what is this movie Hackers, and they're just like hack the planet or whatever. Can we get some hack the planet, like not against the collective? That would be great. So mote it be, because um uh people are needing clarity. So let it go. Let us speak. So something I also didn't speak of yesterday is there was people that were doing spells like on throat chakras, trying to do shut up spells, trying to do to block throat chakras, to block truths and things like this. And these people are going to be losing, they're going to be losing their voice. Like, and I don't mean like in a little way, like maybe they're going to get strangled, maybe there's going to be some type of accident, maybe they're going to get sick, or it's going to get burned. Like I was hearing the voice box, you know, like when people smoke too much and then they got to get a voice box because their shit, like, again, before I had like multiple severed vocal cords from somebody strangling me, right? Many moons ago. And so it's like this type of energy is going to come back to people if they are doing these types of spells and energies, because it's coming back tenfold. So that could mean something to somebody. I'm not exactly sure. Okay. So we're going to tap past, present, and future different things with lovers. Okay, so the first card, I keep shuffling. I try to shuffle these decks, and when I pull it out, we have the lovers here. Okay, and then we have the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is the Jezebel spirit. So, for some of you guys, there could have actually been, I mean, there for sure was spell that was broken. Okay, or something came to light, right? With this partner, with the soulmate, with the twin flame, with something like this. Um, uh, soul connection, partnership agreement, soul contract. Okay, so in the runner. So for some of you guys, let's figure out what all this noise is. Okay, I'm just gonna pull these different cards. Okay, there was Between Worlds, Higher Power, and Is Not For You, but in reverse. Keep it upright. What the guys say. Keep it upright. All that glitters. Okay. Okay, so what I'm picking up on is some interesting shit. Your truth and clarity in love was the point. You caught somebody cheating. Oh, that's a lot. Thank you, C-Star. Her mother got diagnosed with cancer this morning. It's been a rough 24 hours. Well, okay. The first thing I got to say is I'm sending love for the heartbreak. Okay. This is some type of spell work. Okay. So if that's happening to her, she has some type of demonic entity that was attached to her, and that was by her own choosing. Okay. You're going to see a lot. This is really strong today. A lot of these people that were doing stuff in secret isn't going to be a secret anymore, because you're going to see what's unfolding, and you're going to see that black magic backfiring on these people. Okay. And so it's like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Yeah, she does dabble. Yeah. What I first felt when I read that, and I don't want to be rude, but because you are I feel a very pleasant energy. Okay. Um, my brother out here, I want to tell you, this person, first of all, they didn't care about hurting you. I know it's kind of fucked up. And this is kind of the narcissistic grid that we're breaking as empathic people. And I know this is going to sound fucked up, but apparently it needs to come through. And that's why I find out. That's awesome. You literally wore earrings last night that said fuck around and find out. That's fucking tight. I want some. Where'd you get those? So this person, um, yeah, so she fucked around and you found out, right? That's what happened. And this is what's happening. But the reality is like, it may be as painful as it may be, as intense as it may be that all of this is happening, right? It's a choice. And it's like with the Hermit in reverse, it's like they would have kept it a secret, or they've been lying about it, they would have kept lying about it, but something happened. Maybe they got caught, okay? And the reason why they're getting caught, or the reason why something happened, is because they were doing this. Because this was the intention. The intention was to hurt you. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people thrive on this chaos magic. They thrive on hurting people, you know, and that's kind of like what's going on. Yeah, say it like it is. Okay, blessings, because I don't want people to feel like I'm attacking them, but I'm going to tune into your energy, and since your energy was first here and most present, like, oh, it gives me goosebumps. It's a bit. So this person, it's like they made this contract, they made a deal with the devil, and part of their deal was to be with you, okay, to do this, to break your heart, to keep you in this mode. Why? Because they feed this narcissistic, this demonic entity, these vampiric entities feed off of your, oh my God, they feed off of your despair, they feed off of your fear, they feed off of your lack, they feed off of the chaos, they feed off of the heartache, they feed off of it. Okay? Your sweat, blood, and tears. So if you love something and they know that you really love something, they're gonna try to fuck it up for you. Okay, that's what they're doing. And why do I say this? Because it's like they would have kept keeping it a secret had you not found out. Something happened to where someone found out. Yeah, it's going back to Sunday. That's right. So someone found out, because this is like they try to keep it a secret. And what I'm picking up on here is like, oh, they may act like they're hurting, right? But this is what they're trying to hurt. They're not hurting. They're hurting, like a hurting dog. They're hurting your emotional, your empathetic energy, your love, your care, your compassion, your generosity, right? They're hurting it back into their own things. And this is what they're keeping secret from you, or what they were keeping secret from you, is that they've been doing this, okay? that this is a thing that's been going on. I don't know how long you've been with this person. By all the swords, swords are weeks, weeks or months, months, weeks, weeks. I'm sorry, 9, 12 weeks. So this has been going on for like 4 months, probably. Yeah, FaceTiming you and trying to hide it. Yeah, my ex used to fucking do that shit too. And then I realized he was probably doing that when I was in the other side of the world also. Unfortunately, she's your sister years for you. Well, the thing is sometimes we have to cut off family members. It doesn't matter. Like if they are toxic, if they have made deals with the devil, that is their karma. And if you stay around being empathetic, that's what they're doing is they're harvesting your empathy. They're harvesting your energy. And many of these people have tried, like, this is what it is, right? It's like for some of them, it's not quite working, right? This is a Jezebel energy, the Queen of Wands in reverse, right? The Three of Cups in reverse, and then the Lovers. So what this tells me is this Jezebel energy intentionally put this person or a third party in between the actual lovers and between the actual soul connection. Okay. And what I've been picking up on today is that somebody was really that masculine energy was really, really, really upset because they found out that people were lying, that they were very betrayed. I felt this intense sense of betrayal. Even last night, it was like crying, like pouring, right? Like, and it started pouring rain. Um, and it's like, yeah, this heartache, right? That this, it's like what you're finding out, okay, is here's how it goes, right? The micro and the macro. Here's how it goes with you interpersonally and us like on a collective conscious level, right? When you find out that someone is secretly doing stuff to knowingly, they're using sex magic, they got to keep you around because they got to have your empathy, they got to feed off the chaos, and it's like they're trying to destiny swap. Okay, you could have had multiple partners that tried to destiny swap with you. Okay, they may have even been successful for a little bit until they got caught. So here's how it works with quantum mechanics, right? If you observe something, if something becomes to your awareness, then it can change. So if you see that the people do this, right? Like if you see that these people are cheating and raping and pedos, right? Then it how you respond, if you just let it keep going, then you're concurrent with it. You're like, okay, I'm cool with this. And that is the only sign that the universe receives as the feedback. Again, remember, guys, I'm sorry, boundaries without repercussions or consequences are mere suggestions and they don't do anything. And this is what's happening is this old narcissistic empathic relationship, this is eliminating, so it can no longer exist. So a lot of people that, for instance, were under some type of spell work, right? The spell has now been broken, and now they're seeing, and now they're feeling the hurt. It's like what I was picking up on before is it's like there was quite a bit of different things. Okay, it was like someone did some fucking spell work to get somebody to marry them, to try to be, they were basically cloaking or cloning not just phones but the energy, collective's energy, right? And so they did it as a trick, like as a false soulmate, as a false flame, as something like this. And something like this. And so they literally, it's like this other person did this magic to make you feel like they were your actual person, because there's a lot of similarities, and like there was something like this. And for some of them, they could have actually tricked them into actually marrying, right? This whole trick. I saw this what was it? The Corpse's Bride, right? And it's like this is what these people are doing. They may be doing some weird type of like necromancy or something like this, trying to bring back like energies from past bloodlines or something like this to try to connect you to some type of soul tie or soul bond, like to keep you in a lower vibrational frequency, right? to keep you trapped between worlds instead of moving for to your evolution, right? But there's a higher power that's at play, and that's probably why you found out. That's why it's no longer a secret and it's actuality, right? Um, there's a higher power that is involved, and yeah, they're saying this is not for you. Okay, they're playing a game. They're playing a game. They may have gotten paid to be in these positions. Okay, they may just be playing a game to collect your fortune. You could be wealthy. You could have something that's left to you, some type of inheritance. It could also just be your fortune, right? So here's the thing: if they have bad karma and they understand that you're a light being, right, and you have high empathy and you can transmute, right? You can transmute energy. Then that's what they do. Is people are consistently trauma ragging you, destiny swapping you, and it's like that. And so they're saying it's not for you, right? It's not for you. Even on here, it says not. It says nope, nope. So it's like they're playing a game. They're playing a game. You don't want to be playing this game, right? All that glitters isn't gold. This person may have seemed some type of way for an extended amount of time, but it's like now, it's like you can't unsee this. You can't unsee this. Sometimes people, it's like they chose somebody else. They chose a third party, right? And whether it was because they were under a spell or not, they still went with that other person. First, they had to choose that other person. First, they had to trust that other person or whoever told them, right? They forfeited their own personal power, their own personal strength by moving towards that. That was their choice, okay? That was their choice because they thought it was the happier choice at the time. Maybe this is before they realized that collective was a high priestess energy. Yeah, they chose a third party because the third party maybe wasn't making them have to do as much, or it was a easier time or whatever. But really, they were all, it's like there's multiple people, more than just that one. There's multiple people that are ganging up. Okay. There's other people that are ganging up to create this fight, or they've been doing this. They're trying to break down your strength. Trying to break down your strength. They're trying to like, because if you're in despair, okay, if you're sad, if you're in despair, if you're in fear, if you're whatever, you can't ascend. You can't do your purpose. You can't deliver any messages. You can't do any of this stuff. And also, for some of them, they're realizing that some of these practitioners, okay, if anybody's been going to practitioners, it is against like magic law for them to be telling somebody else, somebody else's future, to be telling them someone else's mood. Like it's bad practice. Don't do it. That is against someone else's free will to access their energy space and to tap into it without their permission. Number one. Number two, some of these people were telling these other people whatever they wanted to hear, and now they're realizing that whoever some type of practitioner was, yeah, some type of practitioner was doing it so they could have whatever outcome. So this person wouldn't get what was supposed to be theirs. So they would go towards this other path, towards this other person. So they would defend this other person or do something like this, right? This person, really what it is this person was jealous. This person was defensive. So let's say it's like a psycho ex, right? Or something like this. It's like super jealous, somebody that's super jealous, envious, something like this. And they're friends with whoever this practitioner is. There's someone's going to do root work or voodoo or maybe reading cards or something like this. And they keep going to this person and paying them to find out what's going on for collective. And um, the problem is this person, this practitioner, is working with this demonic secret group, right? To go against the best outcome, right? To go against this, what do you call it? It's like someone was supposed to get this divine justice, right? Because they worked for it. And basically they try to destiny swap and put them on another path. Put them on another path with the wrong fucking person. And now this person is like pissed because they're like, shit, who am I with? What is this? What is this? It's like it's like the um it's like the what is it? It's like the spell faded, right? The like enchantment spell or whatever faded. And when that faded, they're just like, oh, like they're literally hating everything about this person because they're seeing. It's like you may see through it now. And it's a choice, right? Because here's the thing. Once we see the darkness, do we choose to see it for what it is? Or do we just like, oh, well, that was really gruesome. Like, oh yeah, there's a bunch of pedos out there, but they're not my pedos. It's not my problem. Like, I don't have kids, or it wasn't my kids, or it wasn't in my country. Like, bro, for real? Like, a vampiric demonic entity is that. And so now this person, um, strong masculine energy, they feel duped. They were duped. They were duped by this gang, by these people that were coming in and giving them, sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever. And the whole reason that they were doing it was to block this actual union, to block this union, to block this divine union, to literally end it. Also, maybe to end Collective's life. And now that's something, it's something that masculine's going to have to deal with his whole existence. Like some of them were with somebody that got pregnant, and chances are that may not be your kid. If it is your kid, it's like now you're with somebody that you hate, or you're never going to be with that person because you're not in love with that person, but you're going to have this kid with them. That's going to be, that's going to be an ongoing problem, right? It may be a hard no for Collective, to come in and hear you say, oh, I love you, you're my wish, you're my dream, but you chose this Jezebel spirit over me. I don't know about that, and now you want me to be with you and raise the kid of this Jezebel spirit that you chose. Like, I don't really know that that's my dream, having this fucking psycho that's doing black magic and weird shit, like, be your psycho baby mama. It may or may not, to each his own, right? We don't know, but for some it's going to be a hard no, right? Collective is going to be like, no, you had your chance, you had your ample opportunity, and you chose this bitch, you know and yeah, you chose that was your action. You didn't want to do the work to come towards Collective, and for some of them that they missed that opportunity. Okay, and Collective is getting their opportunity, you're getting your wish, but these people are having tower after tower after tower, and they're trying to figure out why. Now here's why: because the person that you're with, or the person that they work with, is doing this black magic. They're fucking foolish. They're foolish. They're doing this. They're causing all of this to happen because they were trying to make it happen in Collective's life. They've been stalking them. Okay. They may have got caught stalking or something like this. They've been stalking them again, probably running secondary accounts where they're stopping it, trying to block, like, trying to shadow ban and do all these dumb things, block it, take it out of the algorithm. That's what they've been doing for me, right? Take everything out of the algorithm. That's why they don't let me have a hype button or a super chat or anything like that. Okay. So, hey, by the way, YouTube, can I get my fucking shit or what? That would be great. Thanks. So, anyways, she tried to link you with a person like that. The guy is in a band. Damn. Damn. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I gotta see over here what you guys are actually saying. It's a little bit, I don't know why. Oh, because I have it on a low filter. I'm like, why is it always so hard for me to read on this device? Now I understand. Your first date was 2/16/26. She moved to her mom's in late March, 4 months ago. That sounds about right. That's what I'm saying, right? Okay. Fatima, now she's really sick, but physically and mentally. Yeah. So here's the thing: if people around you are very sick, remove yourself from them, because they are part of the black magic. They are part of who's attacking Collective. And whether that's you, because you have a divine orchestration that's in play and they're getting in the way with it, or not. But it's like this, I mean, this is literally like whole communities, whole families, whole groups of people. And you're going to know, okay, because there's going to be intense sicknesses. Some of them are having like really bad cough, right? They're not going to be like, maybe they're going to be coughing up blood. Like I said, I saw like a voice box, like a fucking thing in the throat, like kidney, liver failure, like crazy shit, like a lot. And it's the black magic that's backfiring because we're returning it to sender. And so here's the thing is when you do that, be aware of who around you starts to have crazy problems and get hell of sick. Start to look when they start fucking freaking out and all this other, like that's energy coming back. If they're really light beings, then it could potentially, if they're being a little like if it's just a little bit mental, not, it wouldn't be sick, because again, the sickness is a physical manifestation of trauma, of lies, of different things. People that are having stomach issues, digestive issues, liver issues, that's anger. That's envy, jealousy, resentment, hate, anger. That, so if people are having like problems with, anal leakage or whatever type of stuff, like they're jealous, that's their issue. And now it's showing up. It's like because the veil is thinning so much, there's not the availability for people to be hateful, vindictive, jealous, blah blah blah. Like they're parasitic in nature, and so it's going to start eliminating them by physical natural causes if necessary. Do you understand? It's just what it is. So it's each person's karma is their own karma. So something is eating at her. If she's having cancer, something is eating at her. She's lying, hiding something. It's not for nothing. Not for nothing. Just being real. Batting 100. Yeah. Yeah. So, hello. Sorry to bother you. I'm just, if you want a personal or private reading, the information is in the information box below. The window resonates with you a lot. Okay, your life is not any fucking game at all. A human like everyone else. That is the point on hard. Yeah, okay. A very good person here in Sweden. A sick. Is this a copycat or psyop? You're actually more relieved than hurt. I felt that today too. Actually, it's like, so things are happening, right? And it's like people, like relationships are going to be ending. Like that's why I said it's like endings, continuing, and beginnings, right? So it's like I felt that. It's like as much as you're like, oh, this person was doing fucked up shit, and you don't want them to hurt, right? You don't want anybody to be suffering. But when you understand that it's you're why you're suffering, right? When you understand that it's something that they're not addressing, it's they haven't done the work, they're not addressing it, or they're literally doing things against other people, and now it's coming back at them, literally. So if you're participating in a smear campaign against a angelic being, against an earth angel, if you're talking shit, if you're making up false information, if you're identity theft, if you're making a different account and making them, if you're saying shit that's not true, and it's of somebody that the divine finds good, it's going to be problematic. Like I was picking up earlier today, your mother is sick. See, many people, it's close family members, right? And and the reality is, um, thyroid glands are swollen. So thyroid glands are swollen. The My mother actually had a similar thing like that, and that it basically that is linked to. It depends on the side, the right side or the left side, right? Your right side is masculine dominant, your left side is feminine dominant. So depending on where it is, right? Is going to say maybe masculine or feminine, but it's linked directly to um, the mother, right? The lack of the mother's presence for her children, also the mother blocking creativity, right? for their children specifically, right? So if it's on the right side, it's probably but if it's like large or whatever, if it's swollen again, then this person is trying to create probably shut up spells, or they've been doing something and now there's something that's happening with their throat. Like I said, I know it's hard to believe or hard to conceive for some people to kind of digest it, but like I know I joke that it's like we're moving into the Harry Potter universe, but like literally is that's kind of what it is, right? Is people gotta understand. Ciao Malaysia, my neighbors. People got to understand or understand rather, right? Is as these veils are moving, as we're moving in between third and fifth densities, right? As we move up, fourth density is collective consciousness, it's love, it's heart centered space. So if you are righteous, if you are of love, and what you do is not self serving, it's selfless, not selfish, then you're going to be vibrating. If you're always telling the truth and you're honest and you're speaking whatever, then you're going to start experiencing higher frequencies, and these other things are going to start coming out like this, where it's going to be blatant in your face, and then you're going to be like, what the fuck? And then you're going to be like, what's going on? And this is your due diligence to your quest, right? Some people are on their soul aligned path. Some people say, okay, I don't really care if you're going to pay me or not, this is bad and I know it's good. And like some people get that even though we're infinite beings, right? This is a temporary human experience, but what you do in this meat sack is connected to your infinite being. So don't play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Don't do dumb shit unless you want that attached to you. And many of these people, what they try to do is they try to use these other rituals. They may feed people food or drinks or something like this. And sometimes what happens is after you've broken that spell, after you stopped eating or fucking them or whatever, right? After these cords are not as bound, it's like the clarity is coming. And when you're just like, if you're in prayer, if you're talking to your guides and your angels and your ancestors and you're saying please, or if you have other people that are praying for you and putting protection out for you, and you are genuinely a good being, they're going to see. It's like what's going on right now is like, imagine people are like, who's doing all this? Someone's giving black magic at me and blah, blah. It's returning to sender. And the reality is these so like your archangels, let's say God, your angels, your ancestors, right? They're in higher realms, so they can see everything. They're like, it's like Santa Claus, right? It's like they know when you've been naughty, they know when you've been nice. They're checking off the list twice. And they're saying, what are the pros and cons, right? That's why it's interesting, right? That's probably why I called in Anubis before this, right? Because it's like, that's what it is. It's like, we're at Judgment Day, right? What kind of person are you? Not what have you accomplished, what have you achieved, not how much money, whatever, blah, 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 how many friends. No, no, no. What type of being are you? Are you a being of light? Are you a light warrior? Are you a being worth them saving? Right? I was telling you guys last night this Guardians of the Galaxy, right? And it's like that, right? It's like, it's like, oh, but he's my friend. Should I save him? Like, yeah, I should probably save him. It's like that, but it's like on a larger scale, right? Because they're eradicating the leechy, parasitic, vampiric energies in nature. Does it mean every vampire? Because there is like vampire bloodlines and stuff. I'm going to be real with you. Does it mean they're all bad? No, but many of them do, like religious things, right? Like these cults and these dark whatever, they feed off of, like sacrament is the blood and the body. You're eating the flesh and drinking the blood of Christ. What? Satanic ritual? That's a satanic ritual. Just so you guys know, sending you love. We all did it for a long time. Okay. All of us. I mean, maybe not everybody, but yeah. If you're in any type of Abrahamic religion, you probably did sacrament and sacrifice, whatever, all this weird shit. And yeah, it's what they've been feeding off of. So when you guys stop participating in that, the more clarity you have with yourself, the more inner work you do with yourself, the higher they see everything. And they're just like, actually, nah, actually, no. You tried to take you literally ruined somebody's life. You ruined somebody's future. You blocked them from their actual person that they were supposed to get. And there is a higher repercussion that is coming into play, right? It's like you can't, oops, you can't really fuck with that. It's a higher there's higher jurisdiction coming into play. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Blood ritual. 100%. Look, I get, oh, look at these goosebumps. That's why they would do it. Or they've been with that person a lot of times to where there's that comfortability. But I would say more than likely it's a blood ritual. They got to tie, they got to bond to people. And if you stop sleeping with them, or they're not harvesting your energy, or let's say you caught them cheating and you didn't fucking freak out, you were just like, okay, I'm gonna go and okay, I'm gonna walk out the door, I'm gonna go sit in my car and cry about this or whatever, maybe that's what you did, not sure, but it's like that is the energy, right? It's like because when we stop feeding the narcissist, like that's what they need your empathy, they need you in chaos, they need you in fear, they need you belittled, they need you subservient to them, so they can keep these energetic cords or ties, right? Like I know a lot of people think that I'm a bad person, like how could you not whatever your I'm like, bro, like uh they all have, and like not all of them, but the main ones have NPD, narcissistic personality disorder. And although I do believe people can change and heal to some extent, it's like after fucking 20 years, after 40 years, you got to just say, you know what? This person is this person. But people have been cloaking, they have been cloaking and keeping some type of facade going for an extended amount of time. And this is like a lot of these really divine masculine energies are really waking up and seeing that and being like, fuck, this isn't the person, like actually I have another person. Or you're just like, actually it's better if I'm by myself. But now some of you guys have some interesting karmic ties, or maybe you have children or something like this, so it's hard to maybe cut them off. But the reality is something will happen. um You wished her luck and left her with some words in Latin. You seen it coming, but yesterday's reading pushed the nail in the coffin for you to pay attention. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, it's like for some of them, they were just with you to try to collect money, right? To try to cash in. Because here's the thing, if they do sex magic, right? If they're connecting with you on this level, it's weird. If they're connecting with you on this level, it's like then they can tie their legacy. Like for instance, if you guys make children together, right? If you're spawning demon seeds, which maybe you're not a demon trying to spawn demon seeds, but if they did some type of enchantment spell, some type of love spell, some type of fake ass shit to get you connected in the first place, which is what's happening. It's like they did that to tie their karmic debt to your lineage and to cash in on the work that you've done. So that's why, the protection spell, yeah, these people aren't going to get it though. Many of them, you know, if somebody was married or somebody was like this, some of you guys may have actually had a prenup, which is going to prevent them from taking everything from you, which is good. You know, they may not receive something because they got caught. Or it's something maybe that you guys are confused about, or that you've been kicking around somebody. Um, don't have confusion about that. The reason why you did it in the first place was important, and judgment is judgment, right? Like for instance, out here where I live in Indonesia, if people get caught like that, like they lose their children because they were cheating. They lose their children. They lose their rights to have the children because obviously um they're not, what's it called, good spokespeople for children, good example, good role models. They're not good role models. Sorry, new brain. I'm still tapping into my own language, one of my own languages. But yeah, this is a judgment, and this is a higher judgment. And sometimes we have to understand that rejection or reflection, right, is the redirection is where we take the time. And if we actually reflect on it instead of being in a sad state, um then it's like this, how you respond to it is everything. How you respond to everything. So if you allow it to continue, if you forgive them, right? Again, boundaries without consequences are only suggestions. And so now what's happening is the higher up, your angels or whatever, yeah, they're stepping in. This is a higher judgment. For some of you guys, somebody took some money or somebody took something and now they're under a legal judgment. For some of you, they may have stolen money, stolen an identity, stolen some type of inheritance, took somebody's name. They were collecting something on somebody else's behalf, okay, for some people out here. And now they're going to be under this judgment and they're going to have to pay all that money back. Make no mistake about that. That is a very clear message. And they're going to be going away. They're going to be doing time. Okay. I saw the 8 of Swords. Yeah. Yeah. You laid boundaries and they overstepped immediately. Exactly. This is the reality, right? They don't love you. It's like if it's basically that shows you their level of respect for you. If you're like, this is my boundary, this is where I need you to meet me in the middle or whatever, and they don't give a fuck, that shows their level of respect. Was she fucking somebody younger? Younger fire sign? Yeah. You will get your wish fulfillment, okay? But you can't be trapped in this, and this is a collective reading, okay? It's just it's Mr. Plaza's you guys maybe met when you were young. Maybe that's what it is. Or maybe you have a young do you have a younger child or something together? I don't know. You guys will get your wish fulfillment, but you got to get out of this trap stage. That's why they're trying to keep you locked in. They want to keep you in this confusion illusion. Okay. They want to keep you in this mental fuck. They want to keep you in this mental trap. Many of these people, yeah, it's like they were blocking you from your stability. They were blocking you from receiving. And they were doing this like they've been doing this with some fucking secret society. Literally. Without even, it's like many of these people, see how this person is like, normally this is like depressed or something like this. Upside down, this is like with the devil upside down, it's like they were sinisterly doing this, like secretly, like with some secret coven or secret cult or something. And they were fucking, they thought it was hilarious that they were hurting you, that they were doing it every time they got away with it. It's sick. It's sick. Like they literally were laughing at hurting you, at making you the wounded warrior. And maybe sometimes you would fight, but most of the time you wouldn't even fight. You would fight for the connection, but maybe not fight the person. Yeah. Yeah. They never took your boundaries serious. They don't care. They don't take you serious because they know you don't normally stand on business. The Justice and the Work and the Queen of Swords in reverse. They know you don't normally stand on business. You have a 7-year-old daughter. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So everybody knows. Hey, Kathy. So if you're new here, how it kind of works is if you, I don't do personal readings. This is more of a collective tune in. If the guides tell me to answer a question or to go deep into somebody's question, then of course I will, because they're directing me, because there's something that comes out for the collective that happens as far as that's concerned. Yeah. For whoever was asking about getting their husband back after 38 year, whatever that was, no. The truth be told, no, you won't. Just to keep it real, happy is upside down. I don't think that will be happening. And some of you guys need to understand, it's a beautiful, okay, for a collective that has had something happen, that has had some type of partner get some type of sickness or some other thing that's happened, this, that, and the other thing, right? Um, for some of you, again, this was a redirection that the universe is giving you the capacity to kind of leave that situation to kind of start something new, right? Start something new, start a new era, start a new direction, start a new life, right? Start something new. And that is your key, right? That is your key. It's like the green light, the universe giving you that go ahead, essentially. Um, Pisces life. Yeah, maybe super connected. If you're a water sign, then you're definitely feeling a lot of things right now because we're in Cancer season, right? With all these other planets that are in retrograde. So for many of you guys, so these are some things that already happened with some people, you know. I was picking up strongly that somebody put the ring on the wrong person, that somebody got the wrong person pregnant, maybe that the kid that they had with somebody else actually isn't their kid, but that these people are, it's like it's just like they're waking up, they're realizing that they were duped by people that they thought were close to them, or they're realizing that these karmic people, whether they're karmic partners, karmic friends, karmic families, karmic associates, whatever, they're realizing that these people are very jealous and very envious, because they can't actually replicate. Now for some of you guys, I was picking up on some type of obsession. Someone is super obsessed with something, and whether that is like pornography or something like this, you need to clean that shit up. Also, like, um they could have got caught. Somebody got caught like watching somebody else being obsessed with somebody else, and maybe like pleasuring themselves or something like this. And so they're, whoever this was, whoever this person's partner was or friend or whatever it was, they are so jealous of this person's love or obsession or connection or desire to be with this other person that they've gone out of their way to disrupt it, to completely disrupt it. That's fucked up. To be fair, yeah, these people didn't have a loyal heart. I heard masculine screaming earlier, and they're fucking screaming because these people didn't tell the truth. And now they're finding out that they were lying, and that it's literally put them, it's literally redirected their whole life, right? It's kept them in this space of being unhappy because they were tricked into it. They were duped. I saw this other reader talking about this today. Duped is not just like dupe like someone gotcha. It's like dupe like duplicated. Like they were literally um harvesting, duplicating the energy of collective, to try to pretend to be collective or try to pretend to be something better, or to try to convince them somewhere else. Now, some of you guys are realizing, collective, that it is time to go. It is time to walk away from this connection, right? It is complete. That time has complete. Nine, the energy of nine. For some of you guys, you have been maybe waiting or holding on to something for an extended amount of time. And just like with this astrological transit, it's time to let go. Let go and let God, right? If you're still stuck on these other people, like if they wanted to, they would. If they wanted to, they would. There's been enough astrological makeup to have had these people fucking clown face in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you guys choose your peace or your connection to source, right? When you decide to tap into this yin energy to say, you know what, I want a soft life. I want peace. I want, what do you call it? Yeah, it's changing. This is changing. And you're really getting into this because when you're waiting and you're waiting and you're waiting and you're doing all this action and you're trying to create this space, you're not operating in feminine energy, right? You're in this masculine energy, which is reversed. Okay. And For some of you guys, this is part of the reason the masculine energy is reversed. Maybe they're too much in their feminine energy and not enough in their masculine energy of action, to where feminine is having to be in feminine and masculine energy, and that her action is, you aren't there. You aren't there. Nobody's been there. And time to go. 9, completion of a cycle. Gonna go where you are loved and celebrated and appreciated, right? Peace. Go where you find peace. This is the energy of 5. It's changing. It's like you guys decide, you know what? No. If you can't show up, if you can't create that peace, if you can't create that support, if you can't create that serenity, it doesn't have to be a lot, but it's got to be not so out of balance. This is out of balance. It's out of balance. Yeah. And it's like, whoever this person was, whoever these people were, they abandon you. Then that's changing now, collective. If you choose your peace, if you choose your inner self, your whatever, over empathizing with other people, if people do not support you, they got to go. Rinse. Rinse. If people didn't show up when you needed them, if you try to call people and they won't call you, if you ask people, please call me, I need a friend, and nobody calls you, then none of them are your fucking friends. Like, wake up and smell the fucking coffee. If people literally are going against you and your union, they're not on your fucking team. They may have been your best friend, your family member. They may be your own brother or sister. You may have known them for fucking ever. It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit, because these people want you to themselves. They want you to be this treasure. But the reality is now you guys, you're completing that cycle. And when you cut off these narcissists and you say, no longer do you have access to my energy, if it's not reciprocated, it's eliminated, redistributed where it's appreciated. Okay? Treasure Island 9. And you will receive, you're about to receive this. Yeah. You're about to receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams, because you're choosing yourself. 22. Because you're choosing yourself, because you're choosing to be healthy, regulated, cared for, because you're not chasing, you're not whatever. Now you're going to get this beautiful soulmate. You're going to get the real deal. The real deal, Holyfield. Look at, it's changing. And you guys, it could be changing. Your soulmate or something could be changing. Something that you guys need to know, as I was tuning in, is that there was curses and things that were put maybe on your bloodline or past and past and past. And this person, maybe they keep showing up. Maybe why they felt familiar in many different lifetimes is because every time you guys were, they were, oh yeah, bring you in. And then they were sacrificing you for their bloodline to get whatever, to clear their fucking karma. It's very possible. So you guys need to not be so quick to jump into something, and not be so quick to be like, oh, this person's loving me, whatever. It's something, when you guys are moving with your intuition and your nervous system, and you're basing it on that, not on how long you've known somebody, like how do they make you feel? Like, you don't even have to ask them. You sit by them and you start to breathe and you just think, put your hand on your heart and you say, does this person truly support me becoming happy with another human being? And you will get a strong yes or no. You will feel it. Breathe, take 3 deep breaths. Feel it. Do these people want me to succeed? No, but people can play a big game and talk a big talk and create a whole bunch of shit, but it was never for you. It was for their own fucking ego, to toot their own goddamn horn, to tell everybody how good they were and how you didn't run after them. The fuck? You are the whole motherfucking prize. You are the treasure, and many of them are realizing that they chose the wrong fucking one, and that cycle is over. They completed it with their choice, with their free will choice. Just like you complete being in that trap with your free will choice of saying, I can't go for that. No can do. I can't go for that. No, no can't do. Now, for some of you, when you did cut off, there was some type of some type of spell broke. There was some type of unbinding or something like this, and now these people are seeing it. They're waking up to it, or they're just seeing and they're just feeling. They're feeling your detachment, and they're gonna do everything they can. Oh, this is happening. Oh, someone's sick. Oh, someone has cancer. Oh, blah. You know, it's the same shit. It's like, do you want to be people's scapegoat, emotional punching bag? Do you want to be the sacrificial lamb? Or do you want to move towards, like, stop being so fucking flexible? All it does is keep you in this never ending story going round and round and round and round and round. A lot of these are people that were close to you, your friends, family, tribe members. Okay? The only reason why you don't have this connection, why you don't have this leg up, why you haven't connected with the person that you create symphonies with is because it's an unfinished symphony due to these people that you thought were your people that are not. Okay? Many of you guys, if you are trying to enter into divine unions, you need to cut every fucking buddy else off around you, period. And connect to source and say, source, I am willing to give up all of this, all of these bullshit, everything. I want this thing. What do you want more? What does you want to feed your ego more by having everything else? Because if you want something new, it takes something different. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result or outcome. If you've had the same people and you've been in the same place and you've done all that, the same, start removing the things that have been there, have been around you every fucking time. And the people that have been around you every time, things have not worked out, because I bet you'll start to realize that people that were real fucking close to you were a big part of it. Their hateful energies and intention, especially if people are doing any type of weird magic or spells, it's going to interfere, or it has already been interfering. You guys need to go the distance towards what is actually making you happy, towards what makes you happy. And if these people aren't making you happy, if these people are stressing you out, if you're on here saying, is this person cheating on me? Can I get them back? Blah, 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 blah. If you're wondering that, I mean, I can do personal or private readings. I ain't going to do that shit on here. But the reality is you've already observed. You've already seen it. This person already abandoned you. This person already didn't show up for you when you needed them. This person already chose somebody else. This person already left. You hanging high and dry. So are you seeing things for what they are, or is your ego basically saying, well, I saw it, but that's not really who they are. It's who they are. Believe it. Believe what you fucking saw. Take yourself out of having any connection in love or relationship or family or anything like this, working, whatever. Remove that completely. Keep yourself as the observer. Okay? If you were somebody that you don't even know, somebody from the other side of the world, and they saw this shit happen, that shit happened, and they saw it, what would they say to you? That motherfucker left you high and dry. They abandoned you. They bailed out on you, and they went and jumped in and fucked somebody else right away. They didn't love you. They can't come back saying, well, but I really love you. My heart is really, but you're the one. That's crazy, because when I stand back and I review the video footage, imagine this is how your angels work, right? As these higher level observers. Imagine if you're this, imagine yourself as your higher self, right? As your angelic self, right? Imagine this. Yeah, this is a collective read. Um, Hello, beautiful goddesses and gods, all my lovelies out there. So yeah, so imagine if you're like angelic in nature, right? We all are, right? We're divinity incarnate, right? So imagine you're seeing things from an observer's perspective. And you're seeing, oh, this person left this person when they were hurting, that when they asked them, they lied to them, when they did and they're looking at it. Imagine if the whole scenario was just a movie that you were watching and you had no actual connection to this person that's doing these things to you or that has done these things to you. And you have no connection to them. You're just watching as a viewer, as an observer. Okay. This is literally the basis of quantum physics, quantum mechanics. Become the observer. And when you put yourself in that observer position, imagine if the scenario that went down was this movie, and then you saw what they did. You saw what they did to their partner. You saw the sneaky, and you're like, this sneaky ass fucking whore. You know, what would you say as somebody that wasn't emotionally connected? Would you let that fly? Like, I saw this thing the other day, and it was like, this girl was like, oh, the guy said that he loved me, and then, but then he went and he got with his ex, and he got her pregnant, but he wants to come back and tell me how much he loves me, but he wants me to be there while he's to help him raise this kid that he had with his ex while he cheated on me. And people are going, trying to get, it's like a little talk show, right? And then people are trying to be like, well, because of this and because of that and blah, 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 blah. And then the woman got on and she said, listen, let's just reverse the motherfucking role for a minute. Okay? Men, right? Because a dude did this to a woman, and woman's just supposed to be like forgiving, loving, compassionate, right? But she was like, men, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? If your girlfriend went and cheated with one of her ex-boyfriends and he got her pregnant, would you be the one to raise her fucking kid? Would you forgive her? And every one of them said, fuck no. If the role was reversed, so instead of just reversing the role, because that can be too emotionally tying, put yourself as an observer. It may help to even make a little, like a mini, for some of you guys, it may help to just make a little mini AI video or whatever, a little version, use Ecosia, right? But to make a little thing of what's going on and get the response, maybe post it and get the response, maybe not like dramatic like you would on Facebook, but like from a different perspective, and see what people have to say when they're not directly connected. Thank you, my bows. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, become the observer, right? Stop letting your imagination run away with you and actually just observe. And when you sit back and you observe and you see the signs and you see the people's patterns and behaviors, what you choose to do is, it says a lot about your character, right? Like, people can say whatever they want. For instance, okay, they're still fucking out here supporting the orange fucking monkey, Trumpy Dumpty, when he's fucking pedo number one, right? For me, you don't give a fuck about your children if you have children, if you support, if you're not doing something to remove the pedo, and you're like, but it's a political. No, bitch, this is real shit. That's a behavior. That's a pattern. That's a terrible fucking person. There needs to be consequences for bad behavior and action. I'm sorry, not sorry. It just is what it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, you guys. So let's pick up on, let's do some romance angels and see what we got going here. Wedding. Somebody could be having a wedding. Somebody could be reconsidering a wedding. The situation involves marriage. This could have to do with somebody that was married to somebody and they're trying to divorce them, or they're just having drama from whoever they were married to before. I was picking up on this. A lot of drama. It was like an ex-wife or an ex-partner not being okay that this other person left them, divorced them, or is moving on and wants to get married to somebody else. Okay. For some, this can just be again, someone could find out that someone was married that someone was cheating when they were married, or they had a partner, or something like this. Someone could have falsely created a marriage when they didn't actually have attraction. They were just trying to create a soul bond or a soul tie. Yeah, because their finances and career were a problem. They got paid. Some people got paid to marry to collect some type of money. And some people, when the other person finds out, like the person that you really want to be with, when they find out, I don't know that they're going to forgive. If you chose somebody, a deception, yeah. Someone is wearing a false mask, self mask in this relationship. If you lied about being married, if you lied about, well, I'm just doing this, or you lied to say that you were in love with this person just to collect money, right? You were doing deception. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your future and present moment. This is in the reverse. So forgiving and learning. So some of you guys will not be able to step past. And it's not that you don't care and you haven't moved on. It's that deception and lies and betrayal, right? People doing this, people pretending to be somebody else to pretend to love you, people deceiving you in order to collect money or to use you to collect money or to do some weird shit, like that's going to come back to them. It's really important for you guys to love yourself first, okay? Some of you guys can be actually getting married. Somebody may. Okay, wait, can you hear me? Haters, I don't want this. Okay, wait, can you hear me? Haters, I don't want this. Just like the hate. Love. Okay, wait, can you hear me? Okay. Who hates love? Hate demons. Demons hate love. Okay. I just want to kick everybody out. So some of you guys do have a soulmate. Okay. This is your soulmate. You do have a soulmate that's coming in, and you will get to maybe have a wedding and a honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of the holiday time together. Or maybe you're going honeymooning or holidaying. Maybe they want to take you somewhere. Okay. And maybe where they take you, they're going to, they may want to propose to you. Okay. Yeah. This could be the one. This could be the one. Past life relationship. And it was worth waiting for. Divine timing. So now, something that you guys flirt. Yeah. Yeah, this is a new love. This is a new love that's coming in. But also past life relationship. So it's you're going to feel good. You're going to have a lot of chemistry with this person. Okay. Um, but they're going to stir these feelings, right? This isn't about waiting for these other people. It's about because you chose yourself, right? Because you chose yourself and because you didn't sell out for your ego or validation, because you're not what is it, codependent or something else like this, because you let go, because you let go of things that were toxic or unhealthy, people, family, friend, whatever, because you let go of all of these things. Now you actually have this real soulmate that is entering. Make the effort. Somebody needs to hear this. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. So follow your steps. Follow your steps. Can't hear. Great love is worth you can hear. Somebody is wondering if they should do this. Somebody is wondering if they should maybe walk towards somebody. Okay. You're just a little bit behind. I checked it on this other device, but you're right. It's because they're fucking hacking. They're hacking. They don't like love. Haters don't like love because they ain't got no love. Because haters gonna hate. When haters gonna love, then the world will be better, right? Um. So for some of you guys, you're wondering, should you go back? Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So this can also be a past life. Okay. Someone from when you were very young, or maybe you guys were together when you were younger souls or something like this. But you do need to, somebody is wondering if they need to make the effort. Yes, you need to make the effort. This reconciliation, I think, is possible. Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So yeah. Yeah, and you guys are gonna go on some type of retreat. You guys are gonna go somewhere together. This person's gonna be like, let's go, let's disconnect from the world. Let's just spend some time, like just the two of us. Okay. But you also need to be aware, okay? You're gonna know, how does your nervous system feel around these people? If you feel like super intense, like listen to that. Like don't try to be in control of everything, right? Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Yes. But if something inside of you is like, I don't want to go and be alone with this person, like, wait, I'm not quite ready, um, take that, right? But if they're just like, listen, like let's just spend some time together and see if it's good. Okay. Yeah, do it for sure. Okay. Let it unfold. Just be like, okay, well, let's see where it goes. Or maybe you're like, okay, we can go on the retreat, but maybe like I'm not trying to like do you can take me to this nice treat. We can go on a vacation, but like I'm not like let's not, fuck or whatever, like let's not be too intimate, maybe can we have two beds, or if we're going to share the bed, like I don't want it to go past cuddling or whatever it is, right? But like yeah, let's spend some time together and see if there is a cool vibration, but I do have these boundaries. I do need to know that there's a safety in it, and I need your word ahead of time, and I need, you may need to record it. You may need to make it written or a vocal, you may need to record it and send it to somebody. I don't really know, but um yeah, it's like for some of you guys, I know this has been coming up a lot. There is people that are, they just want to connect physically, right? They don't have something. And then there's other people that really want to come in and protect you and defend you. Defend your connection. And you're going to know the difference. You may not like directly off the bat, but yeah, you're going to know the difference. Yeah. Someone, and this is masculine energy, and whether you're same sex or not, you're going to know um, some type of masculine energy needs to make an effort. Okay, engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Yeah. For some of you guys, if anybody's out there wondering if, um, if something's going to happen, if there's going to be the next level of commitment, if it's going to move forward, if you're feeling something, but you're not really sure, you may be getting proposed to, you may be getting engaged. There may be an engagement, and that could be a little bit of the pull away. Um, I did this reading for this other girl, and she was like, I'm so tired of this guy. Like, he's being really weird. He's being like this and that. And I feel like I should leave him because he lives in another country and all this other stuff. Right. And she's like, can you just do a little reading for me? Right. And so we sit there and we do this reading, and what comes out is basically like, I was like, oh, he's not ignoring you. He's like preparing some things. And I was just like, by this time, he's probably like, if something doesn't happen by, this time, and I think it was like around the same time as now, which is like July or August, right? If it doesn't happen within this time, um, then maybe you should reconsider. But what I was seeing is like actually this person is trying to set up an engagement, like they're trying to organize something. They want to actually ask you to be their wife, and she's like, "What? No way! Like that's just whatever." And I was like, "All right, well, just put it out, put it out, and just see what happens, what unfolds over time. Like don't break up with them yet. Like see what's going to happen, right? Give it a few months and see what's going to happen. This energy. You deserve love, right? And you deserve someone to be able to express that love, and for you to be able to express that love to them and not be feeling like, oh, it's too much, or this person's all over, whatever. This new person is going to be much different. You're going to be able to express and share this love. And yeah, again, this soulmate energy. Many of you guys are getting a new soulmate. Some people are going to be experiencing unrequited love. If you feel like there's not enough attraction or chemistry that's happening, or other people are fucking other people, or want to have an open, whatever, there's not enough attraction or chemistry for it to keep going. Okay. If someone isn't you know, you can't make somebody love you. You can't force somebody to love you. You know, it's like either they're choosing you, like either it's a fuck yes or a fuck no. For me, it's like that. It's like that. I like we're too old. What do you mean? Either you know, either you love me or you're interested in trying to love me correctly or you don't. Yeah, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Very soon. When is it going to happen? Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. So many of you guys, if you're out here doing the work, it's going to come to you. You just have to not hyper focus on the lack of it, but be clear of placing your order with the universe. Like, what do you want? What is it that you're really calling in? The golden mirror, self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing. Yeah, again, if you're dealing with people that are like this, where it's one-sided, right? And that's why I said I'm done. Like I'm done giving love because it's like I give love and I write poems and I send all this stuff and I do all the, you know, and it's like I'm not receiving, and nothing has been reciprocated. Not a fuck you, not a call, not a message, nothing. I haven't received an invitation, a date, an invite, a nothing, right? This is narcissistic. This is self-absorbed narcissists. They want you to be obsessed or to chase after them. This is what's going away. This is what's going away. Yeah. They're focused on self-worth. You need to focus on self. Again, when you're super connected with self, then the right vibrational frequency being will enter. Focus on self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, self-appreciation. Here's the thing is when we get with people, especially if they're in this seduction mode, right? If they're just trying to be hookup culture, in and out, they're, poly, if they're open, really, whatever, they're carrying other people's trauma. When you hook up with people, you are taking on their trauma. And many people right now, especially demonic entities, are using seduction and function to to exist to destiny swap to get rid of karmatic trauma to trauma dump to karmatic dump on you so they can ascend and you're now stuck processing their trauma. So don't hookup culture is dead, bro. Hookup culture is dead. Attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third party interference. This is dead. If you are a high vibrational being, you want to get to fourth and fifth densities, hookup culture, all this shit is dead. You have to really be willing to date for actual real connection, and you have to be willing to commit, which means you're not entertaining. You're not fucking swiping while you're on a date with somebody. You're not doing weird shit. You're like, listen, each person that I give energy to, that I pick, I'm going to give a solid week to, where I'm not talking to other people, or a solid month to, where I'm like, all right, let me see what the vibration is with this one fucking person. Because there's no way you can focus and see what the energy is if your energy is being siphoned out everywhere. If you're giving your energy, if your attention checking out, oh, good morning, oh, good night to this other, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Seduction, that's demonic. Divine connections only, the dragonfly. Lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, change, and heal. Yeah, these people are not enough. You know, if they treat you like you're not enough, like they're still seeking something else, a la poubelle. Fucking trash. They are trash. Put them in the trash, out with the trash. Because that means you're saying, I'm, you know, it means you're saying that you have a lack of confidence. Frustrated in relationships, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego, jealousy, okay? For some people, they can feel like they're not enough. Maybe they have some, maybe they have, they're like, oh, I really love this person, or I really want to talk to this person, or I really want to go out with this person. They need to get over this. If you're actually doing the self-work and you're not filtering out your energy to all these other entities, If you retract all of your energy and you keep it for yourself, inwards to yourself, right? Then you're not going to be feeling this energy of not being enough, because you're going to have everything you need is within. It just started raining at that moment. So you have to rinse away a lot of this heavy shit, and you have to say, hey, Oklahoma, Summer Sherwood. That's so you. You're never good enough, unwanted, and unloved. Well, that's a mindset, okay? And the reality why you probably have that mindset is because you have people that don't appreciate you, or people that didn't love you, that made you feel unlovable. And what this reading is saying is actually you are lovable. That's what this other card said over here. So I already shuffled it back. You're the treasure. You are the treasure. You are lovable. You deserve love. You deserve love. But you have to decide that, because if you don't feel like that, then you're not going to be able to receive it. Right? For me, I'm like, okay, I can just omit love every day. If you want something, then you have to give something. That's why I give love, time, attention, communication, energy towards the thing that I love, but also give love to people every day. That's why when you guys see me sign out, I say, I'm proud of you. I love you. Keep going. You got this. Why? Because I think it's important, because I think most people that grow up, or that have had like weird family situations, or partners, or like mental and emotional abuse is so underrated. And I don't mean like it's under accepted, right? People can literally beat this energy into you, and then it becomes your identity. And that's you. You're deciding that. Whether you think you're good enough or not, that's you that's decided that. Whether you think you can or you can't, that's you that's decided that. The universe only responds to what your belief system actually is. So if you have a belief system of you're unwanted or you're not good enough, go back to the root of that. And if it comes from partners or family or something like this, and that's why I say it's under fucking rated, like under. That's why I tell people, it's like, whatever, tell people you love them, tell them you're proud of them. Who got, like, maybe they didn't get anybody to say that. I say that because I was not told that. I was not told you are loved. I love you. I wasn't hugged. I didn't have people there when I did any great things. They're always too preoccupied, too busy doing scouts or taking care of other people's kids. Everything else was always more important. But I had to personally say, okay, when I remove these narcissistically abusive people that berated me, that programmed me with that shit program that's been running for far too long. And you know what? The final step of the healing process is fucking deleting that old program. And sometimes that means deleting those people from your life. And if they want to fucking make their way back, they're going to need to fucking pay you, apologize, and not just like, sorry. An apology is a changed behavior and action over time. It's not just like, oh, sorry. I know I told you you were shitty and went and fucked somebody else and you found out, and then you were hurting. And then when I came back, you were so sad that you accepted me back because you're not enough. They're feeding that narrative because they know that's your wounding point. They're feeding the narrative, and you're feeding it too. You're feeding the beast. Don't feed the beast. Don't feed the beast. You've been with your husband for 14 years now and just feel so unwanted, sometimes so lonely. You're not sure what to do. Yeah, so horrible childhood experiences. So you have to understand that some of that is stemming. So right now, we're really being asked to sit with our inner child, right? Where did that unwanted, where did that not enough come from? Because sometimes what happens is we put it off on this other partner that we're with, but really we've attracted that partner to our level of our vibrational frequency. So if that person feels like they're not really good enough, but they have some love and they have some kind, whatever, you're going to attract them in because you had some type of soul contract to learn or to heal those cycles, those patterns, that trauma, whatever. The key is are you blaming the other person or are you sitting with your inner child? Because a lot of it is going back. Where did this stem from? Where in my childhood, when did people first, and you can just ask yourself again, take 3 breaths, put your hand on your heart, ask yourself, when in my childhood, what was the first or what's the most prominent thing that I can remember of feeling unwanted, unappreciated, unloved? And when you just sit and take a moment, you'll be like, oh, this one time they didn't pick me up after this game and I won the championship and they didn't come and they didn't pick me, like you may start to see where it's coming from. And then at that moment, you got to sit with that child version of yourself and you got to say, listen, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad. You didn't deserve that. Tell the child, tell your inner child, I'm sorry that that happened to you. You did not deserve that. You did not deserve what they did to you. You did not deserve to be treated like that. You are lovable. You are enough. And I'm here to tell you it's okay. You're going to make it because I'm your future self. And you've always got me and I've always got you. And you are lovable and you're going to get loved and you're going to be loved. And we're going to get through this next phase together. But it's going to work better if you can hug that inner child and appease that inner child. After you hug that inner child, maybe you want to go get a fucking ice cream. Maybe you want to go swing at a park. Who knows? Depends on how old you were when all these energies and memories were coming back. It's things that I do. It's kind of like the Psych K method, okay? That I do with people with, when I do sessions and stuff like this. If you guys are new here and you want a personal or private reading, I'm doing in the information box below after this video is up. I'm doing a five on it, a $5 reading raffle. The information, the little video on how to participate is below, but basically $5, €5, whatever. You can ask a question there. That way everybody gets their question answered. But when I get 25 people to participate, and you can buy more than one raffle ticket, which is $5 per each raffle ticket, I'm giving away 7 25-minute sessions. So that could be with the cards, that could be with getting and doing, doing some psychedelics, going and figuring out what your inner child is suffering from, to sit with them to clear that space, right? I help to bring clarity. I'm a container, a safe container, non-judgmental, of clarity, that I help people to bring that out, not to tell them what they do or what comes next or how they have to live their life. No, it's about, I'm talking with my higher guides to your higher guides and asking, what is it? And we get into it and it will come up for you and you'll get to sit with it and heal with it and move forward. Um, it's huge. It's just a huge thing. You can try to do it on your own for sure. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Now, what doesn't kill you gives you fucking depression and personality disorders and stress also. Doesn't always make you stronger. Like it's good to say that, but also it's kind of a negative thing as well, just on both ends. It's something you never let go. You can never let go. You have to let go of it. That's the problem. That is your problem. If you don't know what to do, that's what you need to do. You got to let go of it. Like people are like, oh, well, you got to let go that your family was abusive and they did all this stuff to you as a child. And I'm just like, listen, when the attack happened, that was last year. That wasn't the first time. That's just the last time that I experienced it, after being not even in the same country and not seeing these people for over 6 fucking years, and going back as an adult saying, hey, I have a neurological condition that was basically came from you guys beating the shit out of me every day. But I'm just trying to see you because it's a holiday and I'm trying to put that shit in the past. And I did that. But the thing is, some people are just going to be who they are. But you have to do your work, because now you're putting it on your husband And it's not his work. That's your inner work that you didn't do. That's your work. Nobody else is responsible for your healing but yourself. Just like a healer, like I am a healer, but I cannot heal you. You heal you. I hold the container and bring the clarity and the guidance and direction and get channeled maybe what you need to do or eat or whatever. But I'm not the one healing you. It's your own choice. That is your free will. I cannot fuck with your free will, because when you start to fuck with people's free will, then you're fucking with their karmatic lessons. You had that happen to learn something, to gain something. And so until you learn the lesson, it's going to start to become, it's going to start to physically manifest, whether it's in relationship problems, separation from your partner, whatever, disconnect. It's now becoming a physical manifestation. That's what happens. Sometimes it can be in your body. Sometimes you can cause sickness or cancers or whatever in your partners, because you're not willing to let it go, and they really want it to. They really are empathetic and they really want you to heal. And they're just like, please, please, can you help them heal? I want to take away all their pain. And instead, they interfere with your karmatic shit. And now they're empathizing and they're taking on your pain, but you're not doing the work. You got to do the work. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, you brought tears to yours. Yeah. He's cheated 3 times. You've forgiven him, and forgiving him, and forgiveness hurts. Yeah. It's hurting every time, because the reason why it's hurting is because you're betraying yourself. I'm not going to be on much longer, but when we hop off, you should go back on and watch the whole reading, because you just came in at the end, Summer. You should watch from the beginning, because this is basically what we were talking about. Like, it's about, like, your nervous system has to feel safe. And if your nervous system isn't feeling safe, and it's about how many times, if you cheated, if the role was reversed, if he was observing you doing the same behavior, would he forgive you the same? Probably not. And if you don't feel good about it, the only person you had left in your life hurt you more than it. Yeah, exactly. I experienced the same thing. I took care of this person when nobody else was there for them in jail and all this other stuff, and I helped them fucking heal for a year and a half, and waited and waited and waiting for them just to go with me to the doctor. And instead, what I realized is they were poisoning me, trying to steal my identity on some shit with their fucking ex, under some weird fucking spell, but like literally lying to me and doing all kinds of other stuff. And the deal is when people cheat, they're now bringing other people's trauma into your body, because especially if it's a man and you're the woman, you are the receiver. So he goes and fucks other chicks or other dudes or whatever. He's now absorbing their trauma and bringing it back. And when he sticks it in you, now you're receiving all that trauma. So you got to cut that motherfucker off. If they don't respect you, you got to go. It's a choice. You are why you're suffering or not. And if you're not feeling good and your nervous system is out of whack and you're like, nothing is feeling good, there's a reason for that. That is the sign of the signal. You don't need a sign of your sign. This person doesn't have love, and it's not going to change. If they loved you and they respected you, it would be different. So forgiveness isn't for them, bro. Like, and that's the problem, I'm really happy that you came across here too, and I'm sending you so much love, because literally I had to experience the same thing. But here's the thing: if you want to start receiving the love that you deserve and feeling worthy, you got to remove the people that aren't making you feel worthy. And that's the problem right there. I can tell you right now, look, it gives me so much goosebumps. It's because you're with a man who doesn't respect you, who doesn't value you, and he's feeding off of that fear and that hurt and that energy, and he's fucking succubusing or incubusing that from you, keeping you in your wounding by going and fucking other people. He's literally being like, well, actually, you're not good enough. That's why I got to go find it somewhere else. And men do that. And if people do that, they're low frequency. They're fucking reptilian in nature. They've been overtaken. They have no love. They have no compassion, because to have somebody, to be in a relationship and then to do that, to not just say, you know what, I don't think, I don't know if we're good for each other anymore. I'm not feeling the love, whatever, if someone is cheating, they know. You don't just accidentally fucking cheat. You don't trip and whip your dick out and stick it in a vagina, bro. It doesn't not like, oh, it just happened so fast. That's crazy. That's crazy. It was premeditated. It was thought about before you got the number, before you talked to her, when they talked to you, when you were like, okay, next time, every time you saw them, every time you accepted the flirting, every time you messaged them, you knew. These people knew. They didn't give a fuck. And they're not going to start giving a fuck until you remove yourself. And at that point, once you remove yourself, you're going to be like, fuck, I don't actually give a fuck about them. I can't believe what a fucking moron I was caring about this person that was literally like smearing me, treating me like a piece of fucking trash, not even as an afterthought or a second thought, as somewhere to come and stick their dick to dump other people's emotional trauma. Fuck that. Fuck them. Fuck that. Get the fuck on with that. Come back. Tune in. The community is here, giving you lots of love. You've got this. Keep going. Yeah. You will get a different 10 of cups. This is how the universe works. If you stay in this space of this person doesn't love you, if this person isn't helping you to heal that, and you can't help you to heal that, that's not your person. And just be with yourself for a bit. It may hurt your heart, but be with yourself for a bit. Because otherwise you're just breaking your own heart over and over and over again. And this 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Chalices, this 10 of Cups is out here for us. For many of us, this 10 of Cups is out here, but it comes not from who we thought, not from what we thought was stability. This King of Coins in reverse. This should be stability. It's not stable. It's going to break your heart every time. And when you let go of that, I talk about this all the time, you guys. Imagine energetically, imagination, right? Imagine you have a parking spot to your heart, to your soul connection, to your soul tie. Imagine you have this parking spot, and this parking spot is VIP, right? Not handicap, but VIP, right? But you got to remember, the handicap is right next to the VIP parking, right? They're both in the front. They're both right. They're both as close as you can get. Now, the thing is this VIP is for this person, for the ultimate person. Okay. Now, everybody doesn't have a twin flame, but multiple soulmates, and there's chances. So you have many chances. Okay. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. So you have many chances to, it's like really raining really hard. So there's a lot of cleansing you guys need to do. Okay. You may need to cleanse yourself, your space. Also cleanse yourself of these negative energies, right? Because this 10 of Cups is really prominent. This 10 of Cups really wants to come in. And the reality is when we have this VIP spot, right? Like I said, the VIP spot and the handicap spot are both front row, front and center. The problem is let's say you're letting some fucking Tom, Dick, or Sally, whatever, you're letting some whore, some fucking swipe culture, some hood rat, hoochie mama, you're letting that person park in your VIP spot because your actual soulmate isn't occupying that spot because they're out, because they're at work, because they're on a different side of whatever. Now, let's say it's horror occupado, right? When the universe comes around, because you're like, I really need someone I can love. And the universe comes around and they're like, oh, the VIP spot's already taken. All right, We'll just reinsert. We'll have somebody we'll send somebody for the handicap spot, because you're saying, this is how I value myself. This is how I value my experience, my connection with other people. This is how I value my emotions. This is how I value my being. When you keep that VIP spot open and you tell that Jezebel, get the fuck on down the road, or you park in the handicap spot where you fucking belong, so when my dreams and wishes come around, there's something there. Chances are, if you're entertaining low vibrational frequency people, they are going to be infecting you. Sexually transmitted demons, okay? Energetic cords that are being tied. That's why hookup culture is fucking dead. Hookup culture is dead. The womb is a source of creation, and if you're not honoring that, if it's not being honored by who you're hooking up with, if they're going and sticking their dick into every fucking womb they can, that's literally like, you remember when Jesus was fucking flipping tables and cracking whips and beating people at the temple? Same thing. You're letting them defile what is sacred. You're letting them defile the sacred temple by bringing everybody in. Like, what? It's just, everything is energy. Emotions are energy in motion. Of course, because he's a narcissist. That's why he flips out anytime you say something about it. And then what? Turns it back on you, right? But here's the thing. When you find some text, you're searching. You're also searching for it, or it keeps coming up. It's like you're telling the universe, you're okay, you want more, because you're not changing it. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result or outcome. If you want a different result or outcome, you're going to have to do something differently. For me, for instance, I've always gone and been like, oh, this guy is hurting, or this guy wants me to come to him, and I'm going to go there. I'm going to run to them. I'm going to coddle them because they need that feminine love. Shouldn't you know what I'm doing this time? Fuck that. Fuck them. Fuck you. They can come. They can come to me. They can offer me that. They can show me. They can show up. They can offer me that security, that safety, first and foremost. Look at that. 11-11, 11-12 now. So that's what it is. I have to do something different. And that's stay in my feminine, stay in receiving mode. Otherwise, I'm going to be in overgiving mode, which means I'm going to be in masculine, which means masculine is not going to want to be with me. He's going to go find another fucking pussy, because I'm taking his job and I'm not soft enough. So you guys got to remember that. If somebody is making you have to do extra work and check, and they're freaking out when you're like, this is hurting me, this is emotionally exhausting to me, and they don't care, yeah. Well, you're keeping them in your life. Not only are you bringing them in your life, this person is bringing them into your life, and you're keeping them there because you're not removing them. You're not removing yourself. You can't change what other people do. You can't make somebody love you. You can't make somebody change. You can always count on a person to be who they are, to be exactly who they are. One of the best things my grandfather told me, when somebody shows you exactly who they are, trust them the first time. Don't let your ego try to create some fabrication, extrapolation. Don't do it. Don't do that. You can always count on people to be exactly who they are. And when they show you that, take note and don't create like, oh, but there's so much potential. Oh, but where's your butt located? Where is your butt located? Behind. It's called your behind. And that's where butts belong. And 11-1. Behind you. Bye. So, yeah, it's just part of it. Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's what I'm here for, is just to bring confirmation to the collective. He would. If they wanted it, they would. Somebody is There is a 10 of cups. But the thing is if you're saving the spot, or let's say he leaves his car in there and whatever, you know what I'm saying? You're not open. You're still entertaining. That's why people are like, well, when the next good thing comes along, then I'll do it. No. If you're in a bad relationship, if you're in a bad job, if you're in a bad place or a bad deal, you have to fucking say boom and get out, because a new one is not gonna just fucking drop in your lap. Sometimes if you're really have super good karma, for sure, potentially it could, but the reality is a lot different than that. The reality is you have to create the space, and as long as someone else is occupying, you don't have the space. You don't have the space for someone to show up and love you correctly, because you're keeping that secondary space with someone that doesn't give a fuck, that doesn't have respect for you, that doesn't value you or your time or your effort or your love and or your energy. And remember, where one won't, 100 will, 10 more will, 100%. I tune in every day. Generally about this, generally about this time, but it changes depending on how I'm feeling or whoever. If the guys are telling me you have to go on right now, then I go on right then, whatever. But generally, the evening, I don't know where you're located. I'm located in Bali. It's 11, quarter after 11 p.m. where I live. So I won't go much longer. And also, I know I don't have to worry about if I'm going to drive up the road because it's piss and rain. So let's get to this this 10 of cups. Let's tune into it, because we don't need to go on about these towers and these people that make us depressed. Okay. We need to give ourselves that cup of love and stop trying to seek it exteriorly, because when you properly have given yourself the love, then the person shows up. You can't get love. I'm just going to do quick. It wants me to do a lover's love, because we've had past and we've had present. So let's go into the future. Future lover's love. Okay, we're going to do the Robin Hood Tarot. Someone has been mentally trapped or blocked, okay? People could have been doing spell work on the sacral or root or solar plexus chakra. Somebody was hiding something, so the truth is about to come out, okay? Somebody may have been hiding what they were doing for work or how they were making some money, but somebody has worked really hard and now I think they want to come in, or you may be receiving some type of legacy or inheritance. Oh yeah, you said you were from Oklahoma. And this person's worked really hard. Maybe they had to come up with a lot of money, maybe to do something or to do whatever, maybe to create. For some of them, maybe they wanted to create some type of space, where when they come to you, they can say, listen, here's our home. Would you like this? Would you like that? Let's create a home together. Let's build a home together. Here's the land, or I started doing this, or blah, 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 blah. I saw this cutest thing, and this guy was like, he had bought all this land, and he didn't tell his girlfriend. He was just saying that he was working with his friend on his friend's property, on his friend's farm or something like this, and they were doing it, and but they were actually like clearing like roads and doing all this stuff on this property that he got, and so he brought her over, his fiance or whatever, and was like, or maybe he brought her over there and proposed to her or something, and was like, listen, this is our property, or after they got married, I can't remember. Anyways, doesn't matter. But it was just super cute, and he was like, you want to go for a ride and see what we've been doing, and it's like they cleared this whole thing, and so they still got to make a thing down to the river or whatever, it's like all this stuff that could be important for somebody. But yeah, someone really wants to offer this cup of love, okay? They could feel juvenile in nature, okay? Um, they may have a love child, they may have a younger child, also possible. But it's like maybe when it comes to you, okay, maybe when it comes to you, collective, it's like they really have this love. Like they see you as the end game. Like they will do whatever it takes. Okay. They want to come in, they want to offer you this cup of love, they want to marry you. You may have been an inspiration to them, you may be their strength. Okay. Um, these people may have let you go in the past. Okay. Maybe they didn't appreciate, they didn't make the offer when they should have. Yeah. They weren't strong enough. Now they're stronger. Now they have more strength. Now they have this capacity. They want to come into union with you, and they want to claim you, own you. I don't know what this is. I'm picking up on this. Not ownership though. It's like they what do you call it? I'm hearing you're mine. You are mine. I am yours. They really want. They don't want to own you. Okay, I'm hearing this song. You don't own me. I'm not one of your little toys. You don't own me. Don't play around with other boys. Something like I can't remember. Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say. Please, when I go out with you, just let me act that way. You don't own me. This person wants to protect you. They want to take you to safer shores. Okay. This is what the right connection, this is what the connection of the actual lovers looks like and feels like. Safety, going to safer shores, moving to safer shores, someone that is going to defend you and protect you, someone that is going to love you and understand you. Yeah. It's like they don't want to, it's like they want to take you, they want to take you off the market, but they want to protect you. They want to protect you. They're willing to do whatever it takes. Like they've done a lot of work for some of you guys, maybe for a long time. So yeah, this is an older guy working by himself. Okay. They've done a lot of work. Carving. They've done a lot of work. They want to be with you. They want to take you to calmer shores. Maybe they have still some work to do, but there is something that they were not honest about, that they're trying to still keep some type of confusion about. Okay? Some type of lie or somebody, okay. For some of you guys, somebody's lying or hiding something. They have some type of secret or they don't want to tell the truth. Okay? They may hope that you don't find out, that you stay in a state of confusion about it for some. For others, this person hasn't been able to come in and tell you the truth, okay? Hasn't been able to come in and apologize and tell you the truth, maybe because they feel terrible for what they did, for not choosing you, okay? They feel terrible for not choosing you, for not speaking their truth, for maybe keeping you in the state of confusion, and they're hurt. There may also be something else that they are trying to figure out if they should tell you or not, okay? About some type of third party, something happened. And so they've been causing confusion, delusion, illusion by these lies. What is this? Yeah. Okay. They're secretly, they're trying to do something. Okay. Something that they may have hidden behind you is some type of thing as far as justice. Okay. I'm feeling that for some of you guys, it's like this person literally, they want to defend you. They want to come in and be your hero and take you to safer shores. Okay. This energy. Okay. Going to calmer shores, out of stress and whatever. See how this guy here is like, maybe you can see him, maybe you can't. See how he's like invisible here? The ferryman. Okay. It's like this person is like your secret defender, your protector, right? And maybe they're trying to help you bring justice. Okay. maybe they realize, maybe they've been working on bringing this justice in, and maybe they're just feeling fucking hurt because all of these people that lied to them and to you and betrayed and hurt you and did all of this stuff and created all this stuff, um, to go against you, to work against you. And now it's like they're coming in as your protector, your defender. They may be bringing some type of justice. They want to help you to achieve some type of justice. It is something that they were secretly doing something. Okay. For some of them, they could have been secretly watching you, secretly doing something. Okay. Um, Something like this. They were hiding or lying. They were secretly kind of doing something. Okay. The thing is, they were okay, but it's come out. Okay. This came upside down. So whatever they were doing in secret has now come out to light. Okay. Maybe they got in trouble for it. For some of you guys, someone could have gotten in trouble for it, the justice, or what they were secretly trying to bring to light. Okay. Maybe other people that hurt you, collective, something like this. And they were basically trying to be this Batman, the Batman energy. They're trying to be this hero energy and to bring some type of justice into play, right? Because they saw that these people were lying, cheating, deceiving, playing you, and they didn't want that. It's like all these people that were being deceived, that were deceiving you, that were mocking you behind your back. That wasn't cool with them. So even though they were maybe hiding something in secret, I don't think, for many of you guys, was this another person? I don't think this was another person. I think it was literally them being your defender, right? And they're in this Nine of Wands energy, like, God damn, like all of these people did all of the shit to you, and you still just kept healing and just kept being happy and just kept saying, oh, I'm happy, I'm good, I know my wish fulfillment will come. You just kept moving on, moving forward. And they're just like, for them, it was crippling. For them, it was crippling maybe to find out this information. They could have taken some physical action. They could have stabbed some of these people in the back, maybe physically in past lives, but I think like proverbially in this life, it's like they found out all these people are working against you, and so now it's like they actually ended up like informing, being some type of informant or giving up something. Yeah. Because they saw that these people were doing demonic things, that they were trying the spell work to keep you hung up. They were trying to off you. They were trying to unalive you and keep you tied, keep you trapped. So they took action. Well, now they're taking action towards a wish fulfillment. You are their wish fulfillment. Now they're taking action towards that. But when they saw this, it's like when they saw how terrible these people were, King of Wands in reverse, Jezebel energies, whether it's male or female, they saw that, and it was like really distraught. Like before, maybe they didn't believe it. Maybe before all these other people told them this and that, and they were telling them shit about you, and it's like they didn't really believe it. But then as they started to like look into it, right, this secret shit and upside down, and as the information started to come out, they were like, holy fucking shit. And now they realize all these people that were talking shit on collective were full of shit, that they were what do you call it, shining the hind end, they were just fabricating, and that collective was actually has always been telling the truth. Yeah. And collective is like, that's cool, you didn't believe that I was in direct connection with the divine. You didn't believe that what I do is righteous in nature. You don't believe that I have these guardians. All good. All good. You didn't want to give me something, you gave it to somebody else. Collective, you're like, all good. I will travel the world sharing my gifts regardless. You will birth new prophets, new people. It doesn't matter. These people, they didn't take the opportunity to give to you when they should have. For many of you guys, it's like when you asked or when you needed something, when you were maybe in a bad position, maybe you were out on your ass, maybe you were hungry, maybe something like this, and you asked people to help you and they didn't because they said that you were full of shit or whatever like this, and they let you sit there and struggle. That's coming back. And for some of you guys, your spirit guide, your spirit team, your spirit guardians, because you have a higher purpose or mission, they're coming in and they're wringing them out. Like they're rinsing them out. I don't know how else to say it. Like they're receiving some strong shit in the physical realm. These people that took from you what you were supposed to receive. And now it's going to come back to you like 100-fold, literally. Like these were little coins that they took. They took something that was yours. Okay, somebody took something that was yours. Then maybe there was an invitation, maybe there was a date, maybe there was some type of engagement, maybe there was something that was really planned, this whole thing, and it didn't happen because these people told this masculine they refused. They refused the invitation, but they never got an invitation. For me, I haven't gotten messages, emails, invitations, invites, nothing in like a year. In a year. So if this is somebody for me, I got nothing. Not a damn thing. I didn't receive shit. Nobody has ever given me shit but myself and other dumb people giving me bullshit, berating me with bullshit, but I never had a financial supporter or backer. I've worked hard for every fucking thing I've ever had in my life. Everything, even putting myself through school, everything. Building my car, rebuilding my car, every fucking thing. Everything. Nobody has been paying my fucking, once in my life, I was with a guy to pay my rent, but we split different things. I paid all the utility, I paid for all of our adventures, all of our going out, this and that, and he paid the rent. Whatever. But yeah, once in my life has anybody else ever fucking paid for my rent. Once. Otherwise, I've had to earn that shit. Even since I was a fucking kid. Everything was always transactional. Now you're getting a new offer. You may be getting a new offer based on this, and it may take you traveling. And when you go traveling, collective, that may be where you meet this new lover. Yeah. Yeah, Queen of Cups energy. You guys are seers. You're very in tune. You're very in tune. Yeah, you're walking away. You're going away from all these people that stabbed you in the back, from these half-ass love offers, that kept you wondering and wondering and wondering. Is it going to come? Are they there? I sense it. I feel it. Is it coming? I don't know. Too many people stabbing us in the back. You're balancing that energy out by not for divine feminine, by not taking a leap of faith towards them, by not being the fool again. It's not your job to take a leap of faith. It's your job to be receiving. Stand on your business, feminine. Stand on your motherfucking business. That's how you get this. The Wheel of Fortune. That's how you get your happy ending. Okay? That's how you receive the messages, whatever. Somebody will be coming very quickly. Could be coming from afar. What is this? Messages? You may have messages. Yeah, you may have offers. Yeah. Your angels. Your angels may be re-protecting you or redirecting you, again, to a different person, to a different connection. If these people were buddies with all the people that were stabbing your back and they thought it was fun and games because they were testing you and trying to see how much you could take and if you really were psychic or schizo or whatever the fuck it was, they did this with these people. Like Summer, like your dude, it went and fucked other people multiple times. It wasn't an accident. It was a premeditated thing. The swords are, we thought about it before we took the action. What are these messages and the angel temperance? You're about to be blessed by your angels. Okay? Yeah. Because you did the work. So you're going to be blessed with somebody that has done the work. Not someone that's fucking that you're questioning. This new person, you guys are going to be able to level on the same level. You guys are going to be able to celebrate. It's like this has been a long time coming. Yeah. Empress, you're in this energy. You guys are going to cultivate and create and celebrate and all these things that you have been building. Okay? Everything that you have been waiting for. Everything that you like, maybe your angels have been telling you since you were small that this was a connection. You would have this love, this past life connection. Many of you guys will be having these past soulmates, these past life connections or soulmates. You may be phasing out of old partnerships, old relationships, old families, old friendships, and things like this, and phasing into something new. Yeah, Jezebel energy gots to go. You got to get, if people are still friends, birds of a feather, okay? If the guy friends, if you're a masculine and all your guy friends are in hookup culture, fucking a bunch of people, they have sexually transmitted demons. You can't be with them and be like, well, I don't fuck them, but I go to the strip club with them and I just, whatever. No, you're entertaining it, which means you're not going to get a goddess. You're not going to get the empress. Whoever this is jealous, okay? This jealous karmic Jezebel energy. They have tried to trap this couple, or they have literally spell work, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, family after family. Like they have come and come and come and come and come and come and come. And it's time for them to go. Yeah. Yeah. You guys, you're going somewhere. You're moving somewhere. You're not going to be single anymore. And you have the emperor to the empress with the chariot and the past life connection. There's a real emperor coming in, someone that is going to build empire. You guys are going to create stuff together. You're not going to be single for longer. This has been a long time coming. You guys may have known somebody for a long time. You're not going to feel trapped. You're not going to feel abandoned. Yeah, 10 of Cups. You're going to end up having a happy family, whether that means you're going to birth children or you're going to have pets or you guys are, whatever you're going to do. You guys are you're building something together. So, future love reading. Yeah, and this is going to be, it's going to be sustainable. There's going to be longevity, right? Legacy. You're about to receive enough security to do whatever you want, to be supported in all your dreams and your visions, and to create a new legacy. That's beautiful, collective. Make sure that, yeah, first is a tower. So for some of you guys, there's people or things that old ideas, old fear, chaos, whatever. This tower has to happen in order for this new thing to come in. Okay? For many of you guys, these may be friends or family, okay, that the tower is happening. You may have to remove yourself. You may have to remove these people in order to have this happy ending. They may not go hand in hand. Yeah, it's what's blocking you. Some people that are closest to you don't want you to win, and it is what's blocking you. And you have to make that judgment call, and that's where you step into your phoenix phase, and that's where where the truth comes out, and the apology comes out, or you walk away, and you're no longer in this mode. Yeah, you're no longer sad. There's not people that are stabbing you swords in your back, and you're going to be in this mode because you're working on connecting with divine and getting to safer shores. So yeah. This is going to be a better suited connection. There's going to be protection. Okay, could happen within the next moon cycle. Okay, could happen within 1 to 8 or 9 moon cycles or phases. I'm sensing This is someone, this is like a secret admirer a little bit. You may know who it is. You may have met them before. But this is someone that hasn't actually expressed. That's why the moon is coming out. They haven't actually expressed something. So they may be coming in. But when I say lunar cycles, like the next lunar cycle, so I think it's like a new moon. I think the new moon is like on the 14th or 15th, something like this. But again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you're still entertaining shitty people, this part of the reading isn't for you because your P parking is already occupado. So you got to clear that. You got to be like, bro, you can't park here. Boot that shit. Call the tow truck. Get that shit out of your driveway, out of your parking spot, and be like, universe, my driveway is now open. I'm not carrying that old shit. I'm ready. I'm ready and I'm devoted to this new start, this new life, this new beginning. I'm super ready. Let's go. Thank you. I'm open to receiving and I'm ready to receive. So mote it be. As always, guys, I appreciate your likes, comments, subscribes, shares, you being here to be part of the conversation. I really appreciate it. I don't want to go into this darker energy. There's people that are cheating and trying to keep soul bonds and soul ties. I'm not going to go into that energy because it's not the world that I want to move into. I want, certain things have to end in order for new things to begin, and we have to be okay with letting them go. People made their choices. That's the thing. People made their choices. Everybody has free will. Okay? And even if they chose, even if everybody, they're like, well, but everybody else told me that this was what it was. Well, you believed everybody else instead of communicating with the person that you know what I'm saying? That was your choice. Your choice to have no faith. Your choice to believe such horrific things. Your choice to choose somebody else to sit there and wait to see if collective will come running back. They're not. Collective's moving forward to a beautiful, bright future. And if you're the person and you don't want to be left behind, you should have already fucking showed up. But yeah, better go real fucking quick, toot sweet, because again, we're like what? What is the date today? The 8th. So yeah, in a week's time, lightning fast. Yeah. Sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Collective, you are about to have this. It is coming quick, super quick, passionate. This is going to be, you're not going to deny that there is passion. Look, insane chemistry, like each other equally. You're going to be having fun super quickly. Twin flame, you guys. Yin, yang, zen, balance, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. Yeah. Here's the thing is when, yeah, the snake and karmic relationship and the runner in reverse. If this person is running to try to get you to chase them, they ain't the one. That's the snake. That's the karmic relationship. That may mean something to somebody. Okay? Heal your heart. Healing heart. Heal your heart. Healing from heartache, freedom from toxic relationships and addiction. Okay? This could have been what needed to happen. And when you love yourself and you choose yourself, that's what happens. Lightning fucking fast. This passion and this person comes in that's going to balance you perfectly. But you have to, yeah, this person, it's like this person has been a secret person. They haven't shown or expressed their feelings. For some of you guys, they could have told people that were close to them. For others, they haven't told anybody. They haven't told anybody. I appreciate you. Hello, beautiful heart, powerful energy. Thank you. It's sweet, cute. Yeah. I mean, quickness with the quickness. Yeah. And you're not going to be heartbroken anymore. You're not going to be heartbroken anymore. And you're not going to be worrying about playing out the past, this nostalgia, something like that. You're not going to be worried about that. You're not going to be missing something. You're going to be making new memories. Love call. Someone may be calling. Okay? You may find this love when you answer your soul's calling. Okay? While you're doing it, you may find your love. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. Someone is going to let you know, literally. Heart with the key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together. It's going to be perfect. You may already have this person's heart. You don't even know. It's like they haven't expressed this to you. Wedding rings. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that, you guys. As always, infinite blessings, love and light. I appreciate everything down there. Yeah, you guys, just clear out this old energy. I do even now before I read, I cleanse myself. Salt water, rinse everything. Clean, do your protection spells, do cleansing spells, cleanse yourself. Even if you don't know a cleansing spell, as the water goes over you, like imagine it being light and imagine it cleaning all of the heavy stuff off of you. You know, it can literally be that simple. It is that simple. So, anyways, guys, yeah, you deserve love. You deserve love. Everyone deserves love. And if someone that you're with is not loving you properly, maybe they're not your person. You know, if it's even 10% doubt, if that's your person, they're not your person. You know, if your full body doesn't feel good about it, there's a reason. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your uh, nervous system. Got to do it. Okay, guys, as always, if nobody told you today, I think you're awesome. You're doing amazing. We've got this. You're on your own, but you're not alone. Yes, stay blessed and protected. Sending you peace and love too. Um, if nobody told you, I'm proud of you. I love you. Keep going. It's just a phase. This too shall pass. We got this. And as always, fuck the patriarchy, matriarchy, meow. I'll try to post the matriarchy meow. I worked on this one today, guys. I posted this. This one is super cool. I posted up because I want to make slaps and things. So I'm doing a coloring contest. Okay. This one says the future. Maybe you can read it. Screenshot it. Maybe you can read it. The future is feminine. Okay. Gonna do a little coloring contest. This is the matriarchy now. I'll post this one of this so you guys can copy it and color it or whatever and submit it back. The best ones that get submitted back, I'm gonna make slap stickers out of. That way we can send them out. So yeah, guys, as always, fuck the patriarchy, matriarchy, meow. We need to move into a more loving space and keep that in focus, right? We can't hyper focus on all the dark shit all the time because we'll just bring in more of that dark shit and we don't need more of that dark shit. We need more love, more light, more happiness, more feminine, nurturing, both the masculine and the feminine. So be gentle on yourself, guys. I love you. You got this. Smoochie boochies. Ciao for meow. Zoe out.